Hello, I'm Irina from Omsk. At the request of Inga Hosroyeva, I would like to translate this appeal to her audience into English. Here it is. Hello, my dear audience who watch me outside of Russia. I'm very pleased that despite all sorts of political circumstances that try to cause conflicts among us and put Russia and Russians in a bad light, you still remain clear-headed people and realize that the worship of ancient spirits unites all of us. My videos are watched in many countries of the world, like Latin America, Europe, Africa, the United States, and so on. A lot of people take my ideas from the videos, you've probably seen them, similar works, and say that they are theirs. But what can I do? This is the other side of the popularity. The more a person gives to people, the more people take from him. There's only one consolation. As Catherine the Great said, if people steal something from you, it means you have something to be stolen. Now let's proceed to the original issue. I understand that you all really want my works to be translated for you so that you could also use them. But I want to explain something to you. Today, YouTube and Google have made it possible to translate texts, so people began to use these translations and carry out my rituals from the video. But these translations work like the Russian roulette. You can't predict exactly where it will shoot. I'd like to let you know that each ritual must be performed in the original language. For example, if I conduct rituals in Armenian, Georgian, Swahili, Latin, then my audience read them particularly in these languages. That's the main power of a ritual. I'm sure that many of my rituals and lectures are seized by other people as if they are their own ones, because they understand that I can't speak all the languages of the world and I have very little time to check their moral integrity. To steal somebody's personal works is wrong to do, not only because it's vile and dishonest. Such people can have punishment from spirits as well. Because if the spirits gave something to a person, then it is him or her who must enlighten the masses. I say this to those people who are listening to me now, and they will surely understand that it's better for them not to do so. Those who disobeyed this rule were punished. Some of them came back to me. They repented and asked to forgive them. Let's go back to the rituals. Dear friends, the fact is that the texts of rituals and incantations can't be translated. They must be pronounced in the language in which they were originally written. Google sometimes mistranslates texts, so a ritual or an incantation loses its power and can work drastically wrong. And if my work in translation helped you so far, then you are just lucky. This is the strength of my work, with more good energy than dangerous one. That's why there is no danger. The only side effect is that these rituals or incantations may not work. There is no other danger. But please just listen to the ritual, read the text, and when you get to the text of a ritual, in a video you can understand when I pronounce the text. Check the video's description button. There is some text there. You can quite understand where the text of the ritual is pronounced there. Because my voice changes, my intonation changes. It means that the incantation is being pronounced now. You can simply rewrite it from my words. Let them sound crooked or unclear, it doesn't matter. The main thing is to write and pronounce the text in the original language. If you do this, you will be surprised with good results. You will be spiritually stronger and you will have a better connection with the spirit world. Spirits have helped humans since ages ago. They were given to us by the gods to help us to protect our homes, our children, and ourselves. Unfortunately, over many centuries, religions have completely destroyed this connection with the spiritual world. That's why our ancestors were much happier, they lived longer, and were more self-sufficient than we are today. That is why our civilization has come to such a collapse, that we have forgotten that we must respect the spiritual world. It is the respect of the world of spirits that guarantees their helpfulness towards us. And when you take a ritual or an incantation text and translate it, then it looks like disrespect to them, because they can hear only in the language in which this text was created. Therefore, please be so kind as to understand rituals can't be translated. You can't read a translated ritual. It will have a completely different meaning. The fact that these rituals have worked for you before is just your luck. It's wonderful if those rituals worked for you before, but you don't know what ritual will be a complete confusion for you. So just follow my voice in my videos and see the text in the video description. When it comes to the ritual itself, rewrite the text of the ritual from my words, or ask someone who knows Russian to write you a Russian text in Latin letters and say it. You already know the translation. It's necessary to pronounce the incantation in the original language, and then everything will work out for you. So I hope you heard and understood me very well. I'm very glad that my works help not only Russian-speaking people, but also many other people outside our country. Today, in the age of internet, it's no longer a problem to understand what is said in the text of a ritual, and simply rewrite the Russian text in your native letters. And where the rituals are in Swahili, you must pronounce them in Swahili. If they are in Latin, pronounce them in Latin, and so on. And then you will have more luck and more good results from my work. Faithfully yours, Inga Hosroewa. Thank you for your attention.